Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to not only a video review of the recently released Final Fantasy VII PC port, which has just found its way onto the PlayStation 4, but I'm also just going to be sharing a few of my views on what I think about the upcoming Final Fantasy VII remake, which we should hopefully see episode 1 at least, maybe next year. So yeah, let's dive right in. As always, this review has been brought to you by Bridgeburner Gaming, and as always in association with our super duper best friends over at fishmonkeyproductions.com. Right then, let's crack on with it. So Sony announced the other day at PSX that the PC port of Final Fantasy VII is now finally available on the PlayStation 4. I'm not going to lie, I have been more excited about playing this game than the also recently announced Final Fantasy VII remake that is due out in the next few years. Now, why is that, you may ask? Well, for those of you who don't know me, Final Fantasy VII is my absolute favourite game of all time. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore 4, 6, 8, 9, 14, and heck, I even like Final Fantasy XIII too. But much like the Zelda franchise, I believe that most people's favourite Final Fantasy game is the very first one they played, and 7 was mine. With that in mind, yes, I am very excited for the remake, but is that ever going to pass the original in quality and the nostalgic memories that I have the game wrapped up in? No, of course not. It would be literally impossible for the remake to mean exactly what the original game meant to me, you know, when I was only a 12-year-old little Timmy. Which is why I was so eager to get my hands on the PC port again. All I've been yearning for this year is the chance to delve back into this vivid, rich world with sharper graphics, trophy support, and the option to speed up some of the slower combat. The PC port also acts as a kind of relief too. When I first heard about the remake, my elated feelings of unimaginable joy were quickly overcome by fear and doubt. What if they fuck it up? What if the voice acting makes Final Fantasy X look like a Shakespearean classic? However, after being part of many discussions with my friends, I soon came to realise that, hey, so long as I get this original game in the form of the PC port and manage to get that coveted Platinum Trophy, share screenshots and memories of this game that has become so dear to me, they can do whatever they want with the remake, because I will have the original game and they will never be able to take that away from me. So, Final Fantasy VII, should you play it? Hell yes you should! Has it aged graphically incredibly well? Well, I guess that depends on if you like characters and NPCs that make Minecraft look positively smooth and rounded. The pre-rendered backgrounds are still absolutely gorgeous with a deep, rich detail. However, with this being a HD port of sorts of a PS1 game, this does exacerbate the jagginess of the characters, making them literally pop off the screen in places. The gameplay is still absolutely top-notch and tight as a cheerleader pre-prom. Square have also been kind enough to gift us with the option of clicking in the L3 button in order to speed up the game to ×3. During town exploration and dialogue, this is a terrible thing to do, as it really draws you out of the experience. However, the thing that it does come in handy for is whenever you're doing hours and hours of like level grinding, it does speed things up exponentially and is a real big help, and turns what is a big JRPG trope into less of a time sink. The story is still fantastic, with an incredible, bright and lively cast of characters. However, there is probably a case of Empire Strikes Back here. And what I mean by that, and I won't spoil it here, but chances are even if you have never played Final Fantasy VII before, you already know about that scene. Similarly, if you haven't seen Empire Strikes Back, Darth being Luke's father has become such a talked about and iconic scene that you're probably already aware of it before you've ever even seen episode 5. So in that regard, the story probably lacks some of the punch it had back on the original PS1, but it's still a great adventure to enjoy. Scenes like Cloud cross-dressing and ending up in a brothel will never ever get old. Finally, there is the music, and boy oh boy, there is not a single note wasted in this game. The score sits up there at the top of some of the finest video game music of all time. Nay, some of the finest music of all time. Every track perfectly gets across the emotions or actions corresponding with what's happening on the screen. And in a game with absolutely no voice acting, this is absolutely key in getting the player fully emotionally invested with this incredible world. So there you have it. I'm not going to sit here and talk about every single facet of the game, as if you've never played it then it would be a shame to go into great detail on things such as chocobo racing and the hidden yet brutally difficult boss monsters. But suffice to say, Final Fantasy VII still stands head and shoulders above the competition as one of the greatest role-playing games of all time. It is an absolute complete package with hundreds of hours of gameplay available for those who want to squeeze every morsel out of this sumptuous banquet. So please, 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 even if you've never played this before, I think it's available on the PlayStation Network for £8 or £9 and it is an absolute steal. Go and buy it now, I promise you will not regret it. So there you have it guys, that's my Final Fantasy VII PS4 PC port review. You know, and like I said, I threw in some of my feelings on the upcoming episodic remake. Thank you very much for watching, and please follow Bridgeburner Gaming and Fish Monkey Productions on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. And I will see you all very, very soon. Bye! Bye 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 bye.